What's up and welcome back. I'm John Stark, your favorite blind film critic, and yep, I'm going to talk exactly about what you think I'm going to talk about, and that is Dora. This is on Paramount Plus. It's a brand new TV series featuring Dora the Explorer. There's already I don't know, 30 episodes of this. I really don't want to watch 30 episodes of Dora the Explorer to be able to review it, but um, after seeing some complaints earlier on about kids' television, I realized I don't really review kids' television. I don't think anybody does. I'll watch a kids' movie, but I don't really watch kids' TV shows. And therefore, the audio description and the quality and the content of it kind of goes under the radar. So, even though I don't think that there is much of an audience for this, I think it's important to talk about it. So, please click subscribe because again, I'm just talking about audio description and accessibility and the quality of this stuff. So I don't know how to review Dora the Explorer at this point. She's been around forever. This is a continuation. I would say this show sort of relies on the fact that you kind of know who Dora the Explorer is going into this. She's kind of recognizable at this point. She's been around for years. She'd be like, I don't know, in her 30s or something by now. She should have her own Dora the Explorer. There should be a series where it's like little Dora or something, where it's Dora also is a mom and she has her own kid or something. I don't know, but no, it's just more Dora. She's just never ages. Her in boots and backpack and uh, swiper. I guess I've seen Dora the Explorer, like old school Dora, and just bored, being sick, sitting at home, flashing through stuff. I'd much prefer cartoons to like I've never watched a soap opera. You know what I'm saying? I've never really cohesively sat through. I think I've watched like 3 minutes and then I'm like, I can't do this. And then I like leave it. So I much rather would sit there and watch Dora the Explorer than I would Days of Our Lives. Um, even as an adult. Yeah, even as an adult, I would much rather watch one over the other. So this is a weird experience for me because when this series first launched on Paramount Plus, it did not have audio description. The first episode lacked it, did not have it. And I reflected that in my small screen diaries, which if you don't subscribe or go to my website or whatever, it's macthemovieguy.com. It's where I do a lot of my TV stuff, so I don't have to post it all the time here. And I mentioned the fact it didn't have audio description, but at the same time, there was a lot of singing and dancing and sort of continuous talking, and I wasn't really sure how much audio description there would be. And then I knew that I wanted to circle back around because, like for Hop, I did the first 2 episodes of Hop just to get a better idea of the series, and there was a huge difference between the first and second episode. First episode used a completely different narrator. And the second episode used a much better narrator. So I'm glad that I didn't just go off of the first episode. While Hop still has below average audio description, though. Dora added audio description second episode. I don't know if there's audio description on the first episode, but I'm not going to go back and rewatch Dora the Explorer that I've already seen. There are 30 episodes of this thing. So Dora at some point picks up audio description. She found it. Good job. She used her map. And found audio description. And it's nice. It's aimed at kids. It's a nice light voice that your kids like. And actually they do pretty well with it. All things considered, I thought the series would be difficult to narrate, but they find plenty of inroads in the audio description to kind of help shape this world. Again, my big concern would be that your kid needs to know more about Dora, but I think that sort of is where the series is at. I would say that for a sighted kid, I think this kid just kind of drops Dora on you. It feels like she's such an established brand. At this point, it would be like, we made a new SpongeBob show, and they're just like, well, it's SpongeBob. Welcome to the world of Sponge. And they're not really going to explain or introduce much to you. It just is SpongeBob and the world and Patrick and everything just kind of goes forth from there. And either you like it or you don't. There's no explanation needed. A lot of times with cartoons, you get that. because kids will watch a cartoon. They'll just be like, wow, it's nice, shiny, cute. I like it. Let's do it. You know, the kids are easily pleased. Um, and I think this fits the format. It feels like a show that your kids are going to like. And it does exactly what Dora the Explorer did the first time. And with the audio description, you know, it just kind of helps to shape it out. The audio description's in English. It doesn't switch over to Spanish or anything like that. It's not also trying to be Dora the Explorer and do like bilingual audio description. And it doesn't really help the learning parts of that either. That's kind of all left up to Dora. But it does help with the action sequences. The first episode was about them trying to find this thing that sings. I can't remember what it was called. I don't know. There was a lot of singing in the first episode. The second episode is about them trying to help this baby parrot get home, and that had all the audio description, and it worked. Yeah, I thought it worked fine. It worked well. I was surprised at how much audio description they were able to put in, and they do it during the opening credits too, which has like music and stuff. So they managed to work it in a place that I would have thought would have been a lot more difficult. But kudos. Thank you for describing children's television. This is a show where I feel like if I had kids, I could sit down and watch it. And perhaps they'd be able to follow it. They might ask me some questions. It's really hard to fully shape this series and to round it out because kids' television, as I've talked with some people who do audio description, it does a lot of talking. Kids' television, and it's a lot of times very imaginative in its animation style. So it's very hard to pin down, and there's often a lot of things happening because to keep kids interested, it's very colorful and it's really hard to bring all of that into audio description to begin with. But in comparison, as I'm starting to do more of this, this is better than Hop. So predictably, they gave better audio description to a more established franchise, I guess. So anyway, check out Dora if you have little kids and you want them to possibly learn some Spanish words while, you know, talking to Dora. I don't really know how to grade this, so I'm not going to because I'm 40 and not a kid. Like I said, the first episode didn't have audio, the second one did, so it's like a 50-50 to begin with. But the audio description on this, I would say watch it over don't watch it. I think your kids might get something out of this. So hopefully that helps to talk about audio description in kids television. We'll see. But I'm here mostly to do that and to talk about films and television and their cinematic relevance and purpose in life and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully you click subscribe. So I'll see you guys on the other side.